those statistics, if you go to a funeral, you'll rather be in the coffin than doing the eulogy. How can we be more afraid of public speaking than we are of dying? It's irrational. The fear of dying is a rational fear because dying is pretty bad for our health. The fear of dying makes us wear our seatbelt every time we get in our car, bump click every trip. The fear of dying is what makes us look both ways before we cross the road. So, because dying is so serious, the fear of dying is a good fear. The fear of public speaking, however, is a bad fear, because public speaking is a good thing. In fact, for you as a business owner, public speaking could be the best marketing move you ever made, because public speaking flips conventional marketing on its head. Conventional marketing sees you chasing your potential client. Look at my website, look at my brochure. Take my business card, take my flyer. Public speaking sees your potential client come to you. If you can speak at a conference or a seminar, anywhere your potential client will be, you immediately raise yourself, literally, above your competition. Your potential client sees you as the expert, and if you speak effectively, you can take your potential client from there in the audience to there, palm of your hand. However, the key is to speak effectively, because we've all seen examples of a bad presentation. And a bad presentation is worse than no presentation at all. So the question is, why don't more business owners speak in public? What do you think is going to happen if you do? Because let's face it, you're not going to die. No one's going to get hurt unless they start throwing stuff. And you've got to be pretty bad before they do that. So let me put that question out there. What is so scary about the thought of speaking in public? Does anyone want to give me any idea? You could be humiliated. Yes. You could be. That's the risk you take. Wearing this shirt. But you're right, you could be. There is that fear of, my God, am I going to get up and look like an idiot? Wear a shirt like this, take it out of the equation. Anyone else got any thoughts on public speaking? Anyone particularly scared of it?
They won't be interested in it.
They won't be interested. Why would they? Maybe a subject that you find incredibly interesting could bore the pants off everybody else. And we have our next speaker. So let's just have a quick show of hands. How many of us here have ever needed to speak in public? Could be, when I say in public, could be at work. Pretty much everyone. A couple of people leave your hands up. Can I ask, what was your last experience?
It was at my husband's funeral, actually.
Why?
I decided it was something I quite simply wanted to do, so it didn't scare me. And I'm a primary teacher, and I can stand up in front of children, but I feel a little, see, even the pausing there shows that it's the lack of confidence initially, before you get going. You're not particularly confident about it.
Can I ask, you say you weren't afraid of speaking at your husband's funeral. Do you think that's because you knew the subject so well?
Well, of course, yes. Yeah.
That's one of the keys to
do. It's one of these things.
Yeah.
But that was the biggest one I ever did, and it was probably the first one I ever did. But it was just so it's a state of mind.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
But you had to do it. Very often the reason that we speak in public is because we really got no choice. there's no way you can really go to your husband's
You didn't
funeral
want somebody else to do it, no.
and not speak. Yeah, absolutely. Who else left their hand up? Nikki, did you have your hand up?
Yeah, don't know how much it really counts though.
If you're speaking in front of more than one person.
Well, through teaching, which is not so embarrassing now, but obviously I teach Pilates and I also
Yeah.
teach some other stuff, and also doing presentations with the Forever products. I'm probably going red now who I am. So. But with the classes, when I get used to my groups, then it's not embarrassing also to get on and teach. But if I've got to talk to them about anything else, then I get nervous and I've got to say, well, this coming up or that coming up, then I get nervous.
Yeah. And obviously teaching to the groups is that your first real experience of needing to get up and speak to, to a group of people? So
Yeah.
how did you approach that? Did you just get up and do it, or?
Yeah, I did. With the training we had, was because we all started off teaching fellow teachers, and then gradually brought some public people in. And then I learned in Australia, so when I came back to England, it was very daunting to sort of teach. And I did a couple of free sessions to get the word out and get people in. And so I had like sort of a group of 18 people, so I had to sort of go in, didn't know anybody.
So you had a gradual approach to speaking. So most of us here have had some experience of speaking in public, and it could be to a class or it could be at a funeral, somewhere like that. But for most people, the experience of speaking in public, especially if they've been forced into it, they wouldn't actually describe it as pleasurable. It's not something that they would particularly want to do again. So what is it that we're actually afraid of? Well, George Jessel, the actor, once said that from the moment you are born, your brain is working, and it never stops working until the moment you speak in public. That's what we're afraid of. We are petrified that the moment we stand up to speak, our brain will decide to leave the room. Bye there! See you later, let me know how you get on with that. That's what we're afraid of. We're petrified of not knowing what to say or how to say. Fortunately, these are relatively easy fears to address with the right amount of knowledge and preparation. So what we're going to do this evening is look at the 3 key areas of public speaking, so that when you have to speak in public, either for the first time or simply the next time, you can speak with the 3 C's that we all strive for in public speaking, which is confidence, conviction and clarity. So